We are live. We are live. I'm just going to give this a couple of minutes for people to come in. I am just going to see if I can get this to share on my public timeline. Yes, there it is. Let's do that. That's it. Right, let's put that away. There may be a few cat distractions. I don't know if you can see her. She is comfortably down on the floor at the moment. We've had a slight, not a trauma. She thought it was a trauma. Oh, now I can't get the camera back. She thought it was trauma when the window cleaner came today and there's a man climbing up ladders and she really didn't know what to do with that. So she might just be... Excuse me one moment. Lola, we don't play with the candles. Yes, we'll put the candle away while the cat is in the room. Right, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Kate here, your content alchemist, with some content gold on a Wednesday lunchtime. And this series, this January 2019, we have a new theme. So, Happy New Year, and hands up if you've ever dreamed of writing a book. And is 2019 the year when you stop talking about it and start doing something about it? So many people have this dream of writing a book, be that a novel, a children's book, a biography, a story of their own life, or just a business book. They're really keen on the idea. And usually in their dreams, it's an international bestseller. The moment they put pen to paper, an international book publisher snaps them up. They are an international bestseller, they're a millionaire, and they end up living on a paradise island, just living off the royalties. It's a lovely dream. The reality's a little bit different, unless you're Richard Castle, and even a J.K. Rowling, which is true. It's a very, very rare thing, and she put books out to hundreds of people before somebody picked her up. The reality is, writing a book is hard work. And I promise you, my life was not one where I want to be a writer and poof, magically a book appeared, or another book appeared. That's the back. But what I am is proof that it can be done. So over the course of this six video series, I'm going to talk to you about what needs to be done to write a book and get it into print. And we're going to cover fiction and non-fiction, so whatever your fancy, it should have something there for you. Today though, I'm going to share with you 4 simple rules that you need to have in order to get any book out there. 4 simple rules. Rule 1, if you want to be a writer, you need to write. And I know that sounds like almost a silly thing to say, but write every single day. Write when you feel inspired. Write when you don't feel inspired. Every single day. Even if what you write on day 1 you discard on, say, day 2, keep writing. Writing is a skill, and any skill takes practice. That means you need to be writing every single day. Second rule, write something that you would love to read. Whoever it was who said write what you know about, I think was a bit of an idiot, because if everybody writes what they know about, we all know about broadly the same things. We know about what it's like to be a human in the 21st century. There'd be no fiction out there. So don't write what you know about so much as write what you would love to read. You'll be passionate enough to do the research if that's what it takes. And frankly, when you're editing, you're going to have to read it an awful lot of times. And therefore, if you don't love it, you're not going to finish the editing process. And we're going to talk about that in one of my later live broadcasts. So write what you would love to read and feel passionate about it. And just don't get too caught up in what anybody else wants. Just write what you would love. Third rule, read a lot and read lots. So, read lots of different types of books, fiction and non-fiction, and look with a critical eye at what other people are writing. So, look and say, I like the way that person expresses themselves, or I like the way they've structured that book, or I like the setting of that book, or I like the way they've tackled presenting all of the facts and research. The more you read, the more you understand the craft of writing. And there is a tendency when you first start writing that you borrow from other people's styles. That's okay, just be aware that you're borrowing from somebody else, and over time you will develop your own style and your own voice. But read a lot and read loads and loads of different things, even things that you wouldn't necessarily ordinarily seek out to read, and see, why is this person a great writer? What made their book get published and get out there? And rule number 4, expect it to be hard. And I know that might sound like a bit of an odd thing to suggest, but if you think writing's going to be plain sailing, the moment you find it isn't, you're going to give up. The moment you have a day when you think, I don't know how to structure sentences at all, I have no clue what I'm doing, or I've no idea where this plot is going, or there's no way I'm going to be able to get this into a book. There's too much or there's too little. Those kinds of obstacles happen to every single writer. If you are expecting it to be easy, when you hit the obstacles, you're just going to say, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, I can't do this, and you're going to give up. The important thing here is expect it to be tough. So those are my 4 rules. To be a writer, you need to write. Write every day. Write what you would love to read. Read a lot and read lots of different books, and expect it to be tough. That's it for today. I will be back in 2 weeks talking specifically about the structure you need to think about when you're writing fiction. And then 2 weeks after that, we'll be doing non-fiction. So, if you know of anybody who is dreaming of writing a book, then share this post, tag them in the comments below. And that's it. Have a golden afternoon.